fantasies and all of these scenes within the same dream. And when will I realize that all is right? In his grand plan, I know who I am, I'm meant to expand. You either get it or you don't. Or you can say what you want, because the truth is that I got it. Visions stay inside my pocket. I'ma hop into my rocket. My dream fuel stay high and stock. Yeah, I'm singing like ay 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 yeah 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 ay 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 yeah yeah. Standing inside a crowd of people, I knew that it would be me up there soon. Watching Tori Kelly in 2016, little kid with big dreams. And I know I've got a minute to go, but if I could go back to that show, in the stands, in the crowds, I know she would be proud of who she's become now. Because the truth is that I got it. Visions stay inside my pocket. I'ma hop into my rocket. My dream fuel stay high and stock. Yeah, I'm singing ay 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 yeah 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 ay 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 yeah yeah. That was a good one.
Hello, and welcome to the fourth installment of Opal Radio, a series where I delve into my favorite thing ever, independent artists and their music. It seems that I'm on my podcast grind, but don't worry, singing is still my main thing. I'm not trying to come for any of you podcast girls and guys. So I go by Your Friend Grace, and today I am joined by Nat. Nat is an independent artist, originally based in New Jersey. So welcome, Nat, to Opal Radio.
Hey.
So
How y'all doing?
yeah.
You know that line that
Yeah, how y'all doing? I love that. So yeah, me and Nat have just been here conversating, chilling. It's sunny where she is, it's rainy where I am. What are you gonna do? So yeah, I met Nat through the internet, as a lot of my music friends, how we kind of started to know each other. And I am just absolutely taken aback by her talent, all the music that she has out now. I especially love your TikTok content as well. I really enjoy it. Your personality is just like so infectious and passionate, and yeah, I'm just really glad to know you. Yeah, no problem. So my first question about your music is kind of just to kind of get a sense of your journey. So how did you first start in music?
Well, I feel like I've been singing and just singing and being obsessed with music since I was little, so that was instilled in me from a very young age with my parents. My dad is very musical, he's a singer too, and my mom loves music, so in my family, we were just we always had music going, and we loved music, so I was always I always had a passion for it. But I started taking it seriously. I think it was a friend of mine named Jesse Bryson. He actually was the producer for Please Enjoy My Growing Pains. And he reached out to me. I probably was I want to say 17 or 18 maybe.
Okay.
And he asked if I wanted to work on a collaborative project of his that he was doing with a bunch of really talented musicians and singers and artists that he knew, and he was like, hey, do you want to do a song with me? Like, I wrote it for you. You know, if you want to sing on it, like, that's all you would have to do, like, blah, blah, blah. And it was the first opportunity that I had. And I was like, yeah, are you kidding? Like, of course.
Yeah.
So I, you know, did that with him. The song's called Lost in Love. And it was the first time I ever went in, like, a studio and, like, sang in front of a microphone, you know what I mean? Like, recording stuff. And it was super nerve-wracking and, like, really uncomfortable at first. But, I was, like, I remember leaving his studio and being like, this is the, like, coolest shit I've ever done.
Right.
Wait, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
go for it.
Yeah, it was, like, so, like, it was, like, almost like a reality check moment for me. I was like, I've always wanted to be a singer. I've always, like, written music and sang and would post covers and stuff just for fun. But, like, it was a dream of mine to, like, actually be a musician and, like, have a career in music. And so that moment for me was, like, damn. Like, you know, like, it was just, like, magical, I feel like, you know? So that was the first thing that I got into, like, putting out music, you know?
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Even just like you said, I've yet to be in a studio, but I can imagine, like, just the energy and just kind of being surrounded by, like, you know, all the equipment and things like that. It's probably like if you felt it within you, like, you know, when something kind of pulls you.
Yes.
Like, and you know, like, it's a feeling that, like, you can't ignore even if you wanted to. So yeah, no, that's definitely cool that you kind of had that aha moment.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Doing that. That's amazing. So kind of segueing into, like you said, you had connected with other musicians that kind of gave you this realization about your music and making music. So how has navigating the music world as a female independent artist been, specifically, to this point?
Honestly, I feel like it's very intimidating in certain moments.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, growing up, I've never been, like, a confident person. And so that manifested in, like, you know, when I was little, like, I was so scared to talk to, like, a boy, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, as a child, like, so scared to talk to boys or, like, men just in general. Just, it was, like, a confidence thing.
Yeah.
So I definitely, like, found comfort in women and, like, you know, my girl friends and stuff like that. And so I think that, like, I've overcome that a lot, but in the beginning, and even still, it's, like, I think it'll be a battle that we all have probably forever, just as women. But
of course,
it definitely is intimidating, because not only is there not as many women, you know, that are behind, like, the scenes, kind of like with production and, you know, writing and stuff like that. I think it's just, like, there are women out there. It's just hard to find, you know what I mean? It's really hard to, like, connect with and find, and it's scary to be, like, to put yourself out there, like, you know, like, I want to write for people, but, like, as a woman, it's very intimidating, you know, because it is male dominated and stuff, so.
Especially, like, with something so personal as, like, your own music. It's, like, obviously you want the best for it, and you want it to succeed, and ultimately it's, like, some of the people that you might run into, you just have to be more aware of, I guess, kind of the intent. I guess just all around, like, just gender aside, like, it's, you know, it's something that's really fragile, and just being aware of people that come into your life, and, you know, maybe like other people that leave your life, and it's potentially like for a greater reason,
right.
In your creation. So yeah, but yeah, definitely as a female, being more aware. Yeah, it's definitely something that I'm learning as well.
Oh yeah.
Currently, for sure. So I guess this kind of ties into my previous question. What is a major lesson you've learned in your creation? Like, it could be something that you've learned in the past few days, few weeks, maybe something that you had early on that kind of changed the course of your music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's so many things. There's so many things.
Yeah.
But I feel like, just like off the top of my head, this whole experience that I've had with music, like this whole journey, is honestly confidence.
Yeah.
Like I said, struggle with that to this day, probably will to the day I die.
Right.
But and it's like, especially with singing, it is very, I'm sure you definitely understand, it's very vulnerable to do, because you could fuck up any second, you forget the words, you lose your focus, you do this, what do I look like, and everyone's looking at you, and everyone's listening to you. And it's like very, very nerve-wracking when you hate being the center of attention.
Right, yeah.
And like, you know, just like having the confidence, like, to like write something, sing it, and then put it out and promote it, and like, you know, for lack of a better phrase, but like, especially with social media, you're shoving it down people's faces. That's how you have to promote yourself nowadays. You know, it's like, you can't just put up a poster on a little cork board and no, like, now you have to post 2 TikToks a day, like, at least, you know. And so it's just that you have to like saturate social media with your art and yourself and your face and your voice. Yeah. And it's like dealing with that while I'm dealing with like, well, I can even look in the mirror. Like, how am I supposed to, you know, confidently put this out when I can't even be confident? Like, you know, so it's like confidence, whether you fake it or learn confidence, like, it comes in the process. Like, I've gotten very confident over the past couple of years. Like, and one of my best friends, Maria, she like helped me with that confidence. Like, she's like, I don't know what you're missing, but you have it, and like you need to like root for yourself, because nobody else is gonna. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that concept of like believing in yourself and like being your number one fan through and through, even when you feel like shit, is like the key type of thing. So that was like a big thing that I've learned, honestly.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. You mentioned like the oversaturation, and then it's like balancing that with like your own perception of yourself. Like, it is very difficult. But I think, you know, and like you said, like the growth within your music and just having people that are there and seeing you from an outside perspective, because I feel like a lot of the things that we pick ourselves apart for, whether it's in our music or even like recently for me, like how people perceive me. I'm like, I put this out, I'm like, what does this person think about it, or what does that person think about it?
It's
like
totally different.
Yeah, it's like ultimately like us like as like living in our own bodies will never be able to understand how someone else views us fully. At least you could make assumptions, or you could, you know, kind of try and figure it out by like how someone interacts with you, but ultimately you'll never know. So that like being said, is just like, you know, you just have to keep going, I guess. And then when it ties into like your creation, like I feel like sometimes it's like you might put out a song and it's like there's a, you know, a specific part, or maybe the song in its entirety, you're just like, I just don't like it, or like I liked it at one point and now I don't. It's like, you know, but then you might have like 10 other people being like, what are you talking about? Like like I love this song, I bump it all the time, like, you know, it means so much to me. So it's like, in that, I just feel like, yeah, you just gotta keep pushing. So yeah, I definitely agree, and I'm sure there's a lot of, basically everyone, like I feel like you can't be an artist without feeling like that. I feel like to some extent,
it just comes with it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, but I feel like it's worth it, and you got it. Like, you're so amazing. Like, yeah, you really, you got it. So, a more fun question, maybe. Well, I mean, all these questions are fun, but just a question about music, external music. So what's like a specific song or even an artist that has really influenced you, whether it's, you know, in your songwriting or just your motivation, anything like that?
We've definitely talked about this before, but John Bellion, of course.
Oh my
gosh,
million percent. Yes. Yes, wow.
Would do anything for that man. He shaped me.
No, amazing.
Love him so much. Like, specifically the song Luxurious, my favorite song ever. Like, number one. Yeah. I have the candle on my arm.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obsessed.
Wow. Have you ever seen him live ever?
Yes, I saw him twice.
Wow.
Saw him twice. He was incredible both times.
Oh my gosh. That's
amazing. he's like the dream. Like, that's like, when I can, like, any type of interaction with him would be like,
yes,
you know, bucket list, but like my like goal is to do like a collab with him. Like, you know,
I think that's super obtainable. That would be amazing. Wow. So. Yeah, he's super, super talented. Yeah. Shout out John Bellion.
Johnny Big.
So I think I'm at my last question now. So what are some of your aspirations for the future? Possibly like goals by the end of the year, or going into 2023 or onward? Yeah.
Oh my god, my cat's eating my aloe. No, hold on. I have to shoot her with a water gun. Now! Stop! Yeah, there you go. She's, like, obsessed with going in my pots and, like, chilling in them and, like, cuddling in them and then destroying them.
We love cats.
Sorry. But definitely I'm working on an album right now.
Oh, my God.
It's almost done.
Amazing.
It's called 22, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that out by the end of the year.
Yay.
That would be ideal. I'm not going to beat myself up if I can't, though, because it's taking me a lot longer than I expected already.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that will be out, if not by the end of the year, definitely by, like, you know, like, in January.
Yeah.
Like, soon after.
No, I'm so excited.
Other than that, just, like, you know, I'm really trying to, like, get into playing live shows around here, even just, like, you know, covers of stuff, just to get myself out there and get comfortable on the stage again and stuff like that.
No, that's amazing. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I literally, I love Kentucky so much. So if you ever play a live show, I want to go back. So I'm like, if it lines up, I'm there.
Girl, I will let you know. I have a pull-out mattress in my apartment.
Oh my gosh.
Stay here. I'll stock my fridge.
That'd be so fun. Actually, I'm so serious about that. Oh my gosh.
You should come and we could like do a little songy song together.
Yeah, that
like, right?
too.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. I've been trying to plan a trip for like next year, maybe like one or two little things. We'll honestly see. Like, you know, we'll see how my finances are doing as well. We'll see about that. But yeah, definitely. I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much, Nat, for tuning in to Opal Radio. I had so much fun talking to you. And
thank you so much.
Check her out. Hello. Radio, and thank you so much for tuning in to the 4th episode of Opal Radio. In this episode, I interviewed none other than Nat, who I adore. Her voice, her personality, the conversation that we had was amazing. And Nat, if you're listening thus far, I definitely will be making my way over to Kentucky. If not this year, then in the very near future after that. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to know you, and I can't wait to see all that you do in the future. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode again. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.